the panel on the right stuff.
On this morning's specially extended bank holiday show, I wonder if Chrissie Hynde is right to blame herself for a sex assault because she enticed someone, her words, who was already unhinged. Plus, do spy cameras in the workplace undermine staff confidence? Should the police be allowed to consult with psychics? And a ticket touts heroes, not villains. That's today's Right Stuff. Good morning and welcome. I'm Matthew Wright. It's the 31st of August, a bank holiday, a well-earned day off for most of you, even if it's going to be a complete washout. So why not keep dry, stay indoors, put your feet up and enjoy 2.5 hours of scintillating debate. Yes, half an hour longer today. And there should be plenty of good laughs along the way. First, though, let's introduce the panel. Down the far end, we've got heptathlete Louise Hazelwood. I'm glad to see you dressing like the autumn. It feels like the autumn in here at the moment.
I'm freezing.
Yes, I
Have
do
you not
apologise.
got a blanket for me or anything?
No, but I wouldn't mind one myself. Maybe a hot water bottle. Beijing, your thoughts on Beijing and 9 days out there for the World Athletics Championship?
I couldn't believe, we reproduced as good a standard as we did at London 2012. Jessica Ennis, Mo Farah, Gregor Rutherford, all bringing home gold medals, and Shara Proctor in the long jump. Amazing.
Yep.
Like, I just couldn't believe it.
I mean, with all the stuff about the sort of doping allegations that have been going around, I must say this particular, I don't know why, but this particular championships, I thought it's really great to see we're a clean squad we put out there, and clean, we were pretty mean too.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely one of the meanest out there. We have the hardest and probably the most strict rules when it comes to doping.
Yeah.
And we step up to the standard and we still deliver. And so there's got to be, we have to be commended for that.
Makes you wonder how many more goals we may have won in times gone by.
Yes, it does.
Really does, doesn't
Yes, it does. How many places have we lost?
Yeah. Now, in the middle today, we've got... It's been a while. Come on, Dominic. All right. Gigging at the weekend?
I was gigging last night. I did a gig in Oxfordshire very late, so forgive me if I look a bit jaded.
I can't actually see your eyes. This is also, I think, the first time I have seen you face to face since we heard that your son Tom has made the leap from Billy Elliot to Spider-Man.
Yes. Yeah, he has, yeah. So,
how many films are you going to do?
Enough about Tom.
You wrote a book, didn't you, about a piece about being eclipsed by...
Well, I finished the blog when Tom did his first, big Hollywood film, and we ended it in Los Angeles. And I said then I'd stop, because I don't want to chronicle our lives forever. But now Tom is Spider-Man. People ask me all the time, how did he become Spider-Man? I just say, buy the book. Because, the book is a very irreverent look at my career and a very affectionate look at his. And it's very beguiling because it was a fluke. It was no drama school, there were no drama lessons. Nothing happened to Tom for Nikki and I for it to happen. And so my story was really a kind of beguiled dad and very proud but very bemused at how we've crossed in the night. And I'm very happy for him.
I don't blame you. How many films did he do? I've read 4. Is it 4 Spider-Man
No, he's done 8. He's done 8 films, but...
how many Spider ones are you going to do?
I think there's... it's all depending on how well they go. If they go well, then I think he's in good shape. All that. I don't need to be here anymore. So you need to be very nice to me. How long's the show today?
How long you want it to be, Dominic? How long you want it to be? Now then, our special guest this morning, again, a lovely treat to have her back. It's Labour MP Dawn Butler. Good morning to you. Dawn's is quite a story too. First elected to Parliament just over 10 years ago as MP for Brent South. She served for P.M. Gordon Brown as Minister for Youth until her seat was abolished in 2010 due to boundary changes. Then, after 5 years away from Westminster, working as a magistrate for some of the time, Dawn challenged Lib Dem Sarah Tether in the newly created Brent Central, won it for Labour on May the 7th, and it has to be said, in some style, with a majority of more than 19,000.
Oh, I know. Oh, it's so embarrassing.
Oh, dear. So, what do you make... I mean, there's an extraordinary story last week of a think tank calling for the abolition of safe seats. And I could get where they're coming from. They're saying that if you live in a safe seat where someone like you has a 19,000 majority, what's the point of voting in an election if you're a Tory or, I was going to say, a Lib Demmer?
Yeah,
so, I mean, it would make elections more interesting if every seat was on a knife edge.
Yeah, but it's not really honest and true, is it? Because at the end of the day, my seat wasn't a safe seat. It was a marginal seat, and we had to win it from the Lib Dems. Won it, as you say, with, almost 20,000 majority, which I don't like to mention often.
many was it? So 19,000.
19,649, but, you know...
You did extraordinarily well. And to be fair, I think one of the lesser stories in the election is Labour did very, very well here in the capital, in London, ironically, where the bedroom tax would have kicked in strength, which suggests that London was up for some of those policies. So you did really well. How come Ed Miliband as leader didn't get the party there?
I know.
What did go wrong for you nationally?
I know. I mean, there was loads of issues. There were loads of issues. But, I mean, can I just say on the boundary changes things, we lost a load of votes. Yeah. This individual registration is absolutely critical to taking people off of the voter register. So really, if the government wanted to increase voter participation, you wouldn't make it harder for people to register to vote. Yeah, so it's absolutely crazy. And also, why not give 16, 17-year-olds the vote if you want to increase voter participation? They're not doing that, but they want to change the boundaries again. It's great.
OK, so where did it go wrong for Ed? How come you were in a massive majority and Labour lost the election?
This is only a 2.5-hour show.
Yeah, we was having some of this discussion in the Green Room. I mean, it's true, we didn't run a brilliant campaign. I think a lot of that is to do with who we were as a Labour Party. So
not the leader?
And the leader, I mean, unfortunately, people started to like Ed at the end of the campaign. It was too late for him to sort of take off. He was kind of on the runway, chuckling along. It was too late. I think if Ed was himself from the beginning, we probably would have heard a bit more of him. Maybe. You know, at one stage, they took him away from the cameras. You never saw him. And so it was absolutely... You know, I think that was suicidal for the campaign. So,
well, this is going to lead us into, of course, the current Labour leadership election, which I've been fairly damning about, simply because we don't know how many Tory ringers there are. We've had veteran Labour supporters like Mark Steele being kicked out as voters. There's a suspicion that you've got trade unionists that are deliberately distorting. I think it's talk of tens of thousands of wrong-uns involved in the election. How can that be fair on whoever wins?
I know. Well, actually, I tried to test the system. I texted as well to pay £3 to see if I could get 2 votes, to be honest. Because, you know, you just think, hang on, this isn't right. So there is an issue, of course, but there was always going to be an issue. For somebody to think that it was never going to be an issue to allow people to sign up for 3 quid.
Well, I was going to say, but that was the mistake, wasn't it? Inviting people to vote for 3 quid.
Why was it allowed? And what's Ed Miliband said since? Because that's his legacy, isn't it, now?
I know. But the one member, one vote was a good thing. Yeah. I think that was an excellent move forward in terms of democracy and making sure that everyone gets a fair say. So one member, one vote, I think that was a good thing. Allowing people to join for 3 quid just to vote, that was where the problem came in. I don't know who came up with it. That wasn't my idea. At the time, I said, you know, I think
it's glaringly apparent. How is it not foreseen that could be an issue?
Because they thought it was a good idea, like open primaries, like they have in America. So they thought, we'll have like an open primary, and the 3 quid is like the admin charge. So they thought, you know, this will be a good idea. More people get involved. I mean, the good thing is, more people have got involved in the debate.
Tories.
600,000. Okay. So it kind of has worked.
Well,
maybe not the way they
kind of. And then your own interest, because you've been instrumental in one sense in Jeremy Corbyn's standing, even though you are pro Andy Burnham, if I've got that right.
Yeah.
So how do we square that? How come? Why did you want Jeremy Corbyn in the race?
Because I mean, the MPs are the gatekeepers, so we're the ones that say these are who you can select from as the overall membership. So we could have just said, OK, we'll just have a debate with just Andy, who I'm supporting, or Yvette Cooper. But you wouldn't have been talking about it. We wouldn't have been talking about it on your show this morning if there was just a debate with 2 people. So, and I thought it was important that Jeremy joined the debate because of his views that people we haven't heard for maybe a while. Some people a long while.
Younger voters, the first time.
The first time, and look how it's exciting them. Look how it's infused them, and that's what I love about having him in.
So you wanted Corbyn in, but you would never have thought in a million years, would you, that he would be the total
that's the great thing about democracy. It doesn't always go to plan, right?
Okay, so no regrets?
No, I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all. Because I think
you could serve under him if he is to lead the party?
Of course. The party's bigger than one person. The party isn't just one person. The party is Team Labour. So, you know, at the end of it, we come out of this a stronger party, and that's what's important. So all of those people that are saying, oh, it's the end of the Labour Party and all this, really, they just need to get a grip, because at the end of the day... Oh, thank you very much. Because at the end